Hello, and welcome to my series, NeffWasHere. I'm Neff, and you're about to see where I was. Today's episode is halfway between a talkie episode and a review episode. More like a rant episode, I guess. I recently filed my taxes on TaxAct.com, and I wanted to share part of my experience. I wish this could be a full review and comparison of different tax services, but I don't got time for that. Right now, I need to complain on the internet for justice. If you haven't used TaxAct before, it's an online tax preparation and filing service, a competitor of TurboTax. TaxAct's products cost about half as much as TurboTax Online, so you can see why I prefer to use them. They also allow you to import your information from previous returns, which lets you save time entering personal information and allows you to reuse and update previous forms. Another point in their favor is that I was able to get a callback from customer service, even with a few days left until the filing deadline, on 2 separate occasions within 10 minutes of my call. They also actively answer questions on their Facebook page. All in all, it's pretty easy to use, and I've been able to complete my taxes several times, even with more complicated situations like FSAs, HSAs, self-employment income, buying a house, etc., etc. Sometimes the interface is tedious and annoying, requiring you to click through several pages of questions to get to the part you want. TaxAct offers different packages, or price tiers, based on the features that you need in your return. For example, if you add a Schedule C for self-employment income, then you need to use the freelancer package or higher. Now, here's the problem. There's no way to downgrade your package to the previous tier, even if you remove the features that cause you to upgrade in the first place. This is what happened to my return. It wasn't until I was on the billing screen that I noticed that the upgraded package was still selected for my return, even though I had removed the features that had caused it to upgrade in the first place. So I began hunting around in the interface to try and figure out how to downgrade it. Then I began Googling it. The only thing that I could find was a post on Facebook from TaxAct about 5 years ago recommending that a customer create a new account and re-enter all their information and select the package that they desired. Well, this is unacceptable to me, especially with the deadline a few hours away. And yes, I know I should have filed earlier, but I like to enter my information and then think about it for a few days just in case something comes up later. I called customer service, and they did not volunteer that the only way for them to resolve the issue was to apply a discount to my package. I had to argue that my return did not use the specific features that caused the upgrade in the first place, and had to ask specifically and persistently that they resolve the issue. There is literally no way for the customer to downgrade the package. Not even customer service can downgrade it. With all the sophistication of return alerts and risk analysis, etc., it is a trivial matter to also detect the minimal package required. Look, I'm a professional software engineer, and believe me when I say that it is nearly trivial to add that feature. This deficiency is clearly designed to extract more money from busy or late filing customers. Well, I made another post asking specifically why the ability to downgrade did not exist, and they have not replied yet. In conclusion, I like TaxAct. 8 out of 10, except for the decision to exploit customers. Now that I know the secret of how to downgrade, or at least get my money back, I would actually consider using it next year. But I also don't want more people to fall into the same trap and be forced to pay up or waste time resolving the issue. I doubt TaxAct has done anything technically illegal, but I wish there was some kind of legal force that could persuade them to fix the issue. The alternative is to spread awareness and let the problem speak for itself, hence this video. I would urge you to share this video or my blog post or the information in general, and hopefully it gets to the point where the lack of this feature will result in a net loss in profits. All right, well, it's time to wrap up with the spinning wheel of chance. I received a surprising number of comments on how my spinner was two-sided, so I cut an arrow into one end. TMI. As you know, TMI means too much information, and this is the part where I just share some personal information about myself. Several months ago, I had a cold, and when I was starting to feel better, I still had some congestion left over. So I decided to use something similar to a Neti pot. If you don't know what a Neti pot is, it's a small pot used to pour liquid into one nostril through the sinuses and out the other.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
In order to cleanse them and flush contaminants out. Mine came with a medicated salt solution to mix into some water, and I read the instructions but decided to take a shortcut. I mixed bottled water in with the solution and poured it through my nose, and found that very soon my sinuses were completely stuffed up, worse than they were before. Well, I realized that I should have used distilled water instead of bottled water, like the instructions said. The FDA's website says it's okay to use distilled or sterile water, boiled and cooled tap water, or water that's been passed through a filter designed to trap potentially infectious organisms. Anyway, I was entirely stuffed up for another week. So if you ever decide to use a neti pot, make sure you use distilled water or boil your own tap water. But I would recommend using distilled water because tap water usually has other junk in it. Well, thank you so much for watching. That wraps up the episode. I hope these warnings help you avoid some pitfalls in the future. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, kitty, kitty.